rough night, it looked like he was cheering you on and being very involved on the bench. Talk about that.
Yeah, RJ's a great team player. His team first. He don't really care about if he's scoring or if he's doing anything, but he's going to impact the game whether he's playing or not, whether it's being a good teammate or the defensive end or playing the passing lane. So RJ's fine. He's gonna pick it up, and once he does, you always see he's a great player.
Yeah, he had a couple good defensive plays tonight too, and then on the bench, he's cheering for Sincere the whole time. He's talking to us in the huddle, so I think he did a great job just dealing with a rough night tonight, and I know he's going to pick it up.
He will.
Matt, Brad said that you've been where this team and program wants to go. What do you see tonight in terms of what this team is capable of?
We got a lot of talent, and I think we're just young, and we just have to figure out like how to be yourself on the biggest stage and stuff. Because I think, like I said, in the first half we came out just trying to play perfect. But once you get out there, you realize you just got to play as hard as you can and try to make the right plays. But I think we for sure have the talent to do it. I mean, TJ's been leading us from day one. I've been there before. Me and Coleman can disrupt on defense, switch a lot of things. Dane's been amazing. I mean, the whole team, I think we have enough talent to go all the way. Like, I really believe that. So, and they're going to be able to figure it out themselves, you know.
All right, thanks. Matt, Terry. Mike back.
Right, at the end of the first half, UCLA really got that two-man game going to close out the half. The second half, though, Tyger Campbell finishes 9 of 23, Hawk has 8 of 22. What changed defensively in the second half to kind of combat that?
Well, we had a pretty serious discussion at halftime about our switching, and we even talked about not switching it. We've spent the last couple of days just handling the switch. A couple of scouting report mistakes. I mean, we let Heine get one right. That's a problem. But I also feel really good about the fact that they took 45 of their shots. I mean, 45. And you look at who their leading scorer is, it's been Clark. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a factor in the game. They've got a guy in Amani Bailey who's everybody's hype is, I don't know, he's really, really talented and really, really good player, wasn't involved. So we felt okay, but and then we knew they're really good players. I mean, I have so much respect for Tiger watching him. Damn, is he good. And I mean, he is one of the elite point guards in the country. We knew we were going to not skunk them. You know, we knew they were going to score, but we had blown assignments, and that's something that we've got to clean up. We blow a switch right at the end of the half and give them a clean look at a three, and we covered that play 50 times, and we knew exactly what was coming, and it's just a lack of communication, and sometimes young guys make mistakes.
Brad, you mentioned the turnovers, especially in the first half. This Virginia defense is a little more aggressive in turning people over this year than in some past years. What kind of a challenge will that be for your ball handlers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of them, I can't wait to watch the film, how many of them are truly just forced, other than just, I mean, we set the world on fire for travels, but again, we knew they were going to crawl up in us, we knew they were going to be aggressive, and you know, I've got to do a better job putting our guys in position, getting them ball tough. You know, we think we're that way ourselves sometimes, but we obviously got some work to do there. The second half, much better job. Just playing into you know, a little action, a little starter to get going and get in the flow.
I guess hindsight being what it is, just what was your thought process with Sincere tonight in the first half, and then what changed in the second?
Well, we got off to such a really good start, and I thought that even though we were turning the ball over, you know, I thought defensively we were pretty good, and you know they weren't scoring, so it wasn't like just opportunity wasn't there. But I got concerned in the last 4 or 5 minutes because you know we were turning it over, we weren't scoring, and they got in the half court they got to be pretty good, pretty solid. I knew we had to get an energy bug in there. I didn't want him to pout. I didn't want him to, be disappointed not playing the first half. So, we had a conversation at halftime, like, hey, you've got to help us. And man, did he respond.
Brett, I know Terrence will be really good. Is there anything that's surprised you or he's gotten incredibly better at since he's been here? Because I don't know if anybody expected him to put up these kind of things.
Well, I think our style helps him. And we've really encouraged his speed downhill. 8 for 9 night. But I also will say this, 1,000 shots a day and getting in at 4:45 in the morning, it is amazing how success finds hard work and how it becomes part of who he is. And not only that, think about the blocks he had. He's doing it at both ends. He's turned into that guy. And the other night, I don't know what he drew. How many fouls did he draw tonight? Only drew 5 tonight, but it was 10 the game before. So that's got to concern you with his downhill ability and his speed and strength. He's 220 pounds, and that sets up his 3.
Coach, you get a chance to face real adversity for the first time this season. What did you learn about your team, and what did you see from them early second half to turn that?
Yeah, I had the same conversation with our staff at half. Like, we're going to find out. If I stirred a little emotion right at the end of the half. We figured a couple things out on the board. And then the first 2 possessions couldn't have been any worse. And that's why the quick timeout, settling down, we'll be fine. And then we got into the press. So I'm so proud of this group. I'm ecstatic because I know this group thinks they're tough, but they've never been there. They've never proven it. And to do that against that team with those 2 guys, pretty proud of that.
Hey, Brad, in the game, Coleman, he had some rough moments at times. Could you talk to us about how you feel like he did other things well to help the team tonight?
7 assists. Yeah, and he's at the point of the press. He's so long, he's so gangly, and he's a high IQ guy. I was mad at him the first half because he turned down 3 or 4 shots. I want him shooting the basketball. When he's open, he needs to shoot the basketball. He's a guy that made 5 of them in a game this year. So he's a terrific player. He's our trigger of a lot of things. He became a great, secondary handler. For us. And again, I can live with a few of his mistakes. He'll clean some of those up. But 7 assists, every 5 man, I'll take that every night.
How have you coached Matt in this? And he even said you didn't think he's playing his best, and the bright lights came on and seemed to play pretty well.
Yeah.
How have you managed that?
Yeah, and my expectation for Matt's much higher than it probably is for him. It's all been about falling in love with the process, because I think you can't be successful without a process, and it's just getting consistent in the gym and gaining a little foothold. We've seen him have incredible days in practice. Incredible, and that's coming. But it's showing up and working hard every day, putting in the extra, getting in great shape with Fletch. He's working hard there, and again, people don't understand how important winning is. The offensive rebound at the end of the game, winners make that play. That's a difference. That's a difference with Matt. Knew exactly what it took, and damn, he ran from the top of the key and snatched that rebound. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. I love him. He's a great kid. He's got great personality. It's been more about just trying to help him and not be frustrated with him.
Coach, Dane is now 30 of 35 from the field this year. Obviously, and it's not just dunks, he's making like turnaround jump hooks and the spin reverse lefty layup. It's obviously working for him coming off the bench, but there's a little part of you maybe we should put him in the starting lineup and see if that is a good fit?
No, that doesn't matter to me one bit. Most people who know me know that I worry just as much about what comes off the bench as I do who starts. And Jaden Epps had 21 the other night. Dane comes in. You know, Ty Rogers, unfortunately, is a terrific player. He had a lot of foul trouble tonight. So I get a little bit of something sincere. I've got offense and defense coming off the bench and energy. I'm really in a good place with where he's at. I should probably get him more shots, but he was a big reason for the change in the second half. You know, getting him some easy baskets and some, you know, middle third post ups, and he was very, very effective. He's super skilled.
Last two.
Coach, a quick turnaround here against a team that plays a completely different style of basketball, kind of a unique style. What are some challenges getting ready for Virginia?
I don't know yet. I haven't. I mean, you know, we all know their team and the way they've been at coaches, but this is a very old Virginia team. I haven't dove into them much. I didn't watch any of the game. I just heard that 24-4 run to start the second half. I know Franklin because he was at Indiana, and I know Vanderplas because we tried to recruit him. So we'll dive into that. But again, you know, they're an old team, so you know, old is they know exactly what they're doing, and they're extremely well coached.
Well, we haven't mentioned Sky Clark. It seemed like he had a pretty good game, just running the team after the initial thing, and then defensively, his ability to go down in the post and match up on your switches with those post players. What were your thoughts on his game today?
Well, Sky's been terrific. I love our freshman guards. You guys have no idea how much I love those guys. And this guy's 205 pounds. He's gaining his sea legs and they're back. You know, he's trying really, really hard to be an unbelievable teammate and a great lead guard. At some point, I thought he was a little passive, you know, early. At some point, he's got to cut it loose. You know, he's just got to go. Be who he is. And I mean, the last basket he made was about as athletic as any play that you'll see. And but he's a great defensive rebounder. He's strong as heck for a freshman. And I love the fact, you know, he got off to a hard start. We got to understand he's a freshman. They're going to go through those moments. But man, is he playing good? He's playing poised. He's coming over and asking, you know, what do you think about this, coach? I think we can run this. Great. I mean, he's a connoisseur of the game of basketball. I will say that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.